Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live podcast, where I, Sunitha, along with my co-host Tracy, we hop on every Friday and talk about all things North Fork. Sorry, running a couple of minutes late this morning, just Friday, feeling like it's Friday. And I know Tracy herself is running a minute or too late because she has to drive her daughter to summer camp. Which reminds us that summer is here and it's beautiful. And obviously Tracy and I see each other, I guess frequently, specifically Fridays on camera. But this week we got to hang out yesterday together and do it was a good pool hangout, but it was also a working session. We are looking to update our website and sort of refresh our look. So it was really nice to sort of dip in the pool, enjoy the summer, do some work. We're gonna have to do some more work, and we have a couple of fun things planned. So we're excited and looking forward to that. So let's see what's going on. It's Friday. So there is obviously the Greenport Farmers Market that we've been talking about because there's only, I think, a couple more weeks of that left. So definitely check that out. Is Front Street Station. And it's actually been there a while. A beautiful restaurant. Good morning. Hi,
Good
Sharon. How are
morning. How are
you?
you? I'm wonderful. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. I know you're excited about being on, but we're excited about having you on because you have been a staple in Greenport for a very long time. And
Yes.
that is standing ovation worthy because restaurants are such tough business. And for you to have survived and thrived for so long is amazing to begin with.
Well, thank you very much. We're sort of a hidden gem, so I really appreciate the opportunity to showcase us.
Of course, of course. Like I said, Tracy's running a couple of minutes behind today. Day camp, summer camp. She's got to drop Tilly off and all of that good stuff. So she'll hop on in a minute. But why don't we start from the very beginning? Let's introduce everybody who you are and
Okay.
what you're doing in Greenport.
Okay. Well, I'm Sharon Sailor, owner of Front Street Station in Greenport, where nostalgia and great food meet. We are in
Oh, wait, go back to the tagline. I like that.
where nostalgia and great food meet.
Nostalgia and great food meet. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
Good morning. Sorry I'm late. I think this is going to be a pattern now that I'm dropping Tilly off at school, but I'll do my best.
That's all right. We'll start at 9:02. I
That's
don't think
okay.
anybody's sitting. I don't think anybody's sitting by their phone going, "Let's go." It's 9 o'clock.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't know if you met Sharon. Sharon Tracy.
Hi,
Hi.
Tracy. How are you?
Good.
So
How are you?
so
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me and letting us showcase Front Street Station was sort of a hidden gem. I was saying it's where nostalgia and great food meet.
Love it. That's
right?
great.
And and I was saying at the beginning that the restaurant has been there so many years, which in of itself is a feat in Greenport. In where
Right.
sometimes in a seasonal business, restaurants just don't survive or thrive. Depending on what's going on that year or the circumstances. So anyway, so you're in Greenport, and is this your first restaurant?
No, well, it's my first ownership restaurant, but my dad and I were kind of like a tag team management team. We've been working together in different restaurants and projects for over 30 years now, which
Wow.
working with family presents a unique set of challenges, but we love it. And also my son, Paul Drum, which I don't know if you girls know Paul.
I don't.
A little bit, but I'd love to hear more about that.
He is my son. He's special needs. He has Down syndrome, but he's sort of the spirit of Front Street Station. In addition to the restaurant, we run a nonprofit in his name that hosts classes every summer, 8 weeks of classes for kids. We host
Wow.
them at Front Street Station because we're a nonprofit, so we don't have to pay for a venue. And we recruit no income limits or anything like that. Kids come and do a class from 10 to 11. We've had beekeeping and honey spinning, Japanese fish printing, puppet making, kite making. So we do that in our spare time. But Paul has been the grand marshal of the Cutchogue Parade. We won the Suffolk Times Organization of the Year. So it's more than just a restaurant, but we love the restaurant, all of us.
So I just saw some pictures that I think the Norfolk Sun posted about the Paul Drum experience with like the cops, and they were doing some kind of a
Yes.
what was that?
That is about, well, we love Chris from Northwark Sun, first of all. Every year we started with different classes. We like to broaden the kids' horizons. So rather than just learning stuff, we do different things. We started about 7 or 8 years ago with Chief Flatley, how to be a detective. And we blossomed it into every summer. The South Hall Town Police comes to the park with all their equipment, vehicles. I call
Oh
it a touch
wow!
event. Trikes, vehicles, quads, the motorcycle, the boats, the drones, and everyone is invited to the park. They meet and greet with the officers. They sit on the equipment, and then at the end of the day, Southampton, South Hall Town, and Riverhead put on a canine demonstration for the kids.
So
That's
is that
so.
open to everybody because it's in the
Yes.
park? Okay.
Yes, and all our classes are open to everyone too. You just have to email me and sign up your child, ages 7 to 12. And like I said, we have Front Street Station as the venue, so the restaurant is so much more than just a restaurant.
Yes. Yes.
So is your son also at the restaurant sometimes?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. So, okay, so let's talk about the restaurant for a
Yeah.
minute.
Okay,
So
sure.
you said I know, was it in Mattituck you were involved in a restaurant with
Right,
your dad?
Matatuck at Doolittle's, which is now the CJ's. Then my dad and I have worked together in, well, and now it's on the dock. It used to be Meeting House Creek Inn.
Oh, yes,
We
that's
worked
funny.
together at, now I'm going real back to Little Joe's, which is in Aquabog. It used to be a coin place and now it's vacant. But so we've always worked together, like I said, for about the last 30 years. But this is our own thing,
And
and we're going on our.
how long has Front Street been open?
For us, we've been there. We're on our 13th year.
Oh wow.
But
That's
Front
great.
Street
Congratulations.
originally was a diner across the street from 1932 to 1962 to where your Greenport post office is. When the
Yes.
post office bought that property, the diner was moved across the street where it is. A lot of it is really still original, so we've tried to preserve as much of the history as we can. And there's an atrium added on that's like a greenhouse dining area.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
but we try
So
to
wait,
keep
so
it.
the restaurant wasn't physically where it is now. It was sort of where the post office is.
Yes, it was where the post office is for.
Interesting.
And then when the post office bought their property back then, you could just pick up a diner and put it, that was an empty cut through. They put it down and it's been there ever since. And now it's in our loving hands.
Awesome. Okay, what kind of food do you serve there?
We are an eclectic collection. We like to say we're not fancy, we're just plain good. And that's
Ooh.
what we go by. We
Can
have
you
everything.
come do our marketing because your taglines are just
Yeah.
flying?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. We do everything from burgers. Of course, we have a specialty burger that's 3 blends of meat. We do a chicken pot pie made from scratch. We do a fresh beet salad. We do a fresh cold pasta salad. We do potato skins. We do salmon. And then we do some specials. We highlight some things that go a little above just plain good. They're a little, not too fancy, but just a little different. And we're there 6 days a week from noon. We seat up until 7:30. We close on Sundays. If it's good enough for Chick-fil-A, it's good enough for us. So, and
Like I
then
said, come do our marketing because you're.
Yes. Yes. Good lines. What so are you said it's you and your father. So are one of the two of you the chef, or how what is the breakdown of
no, no, you would not want that if we cooked. But we have two chefs that have been with us for the entire time we've been there. So it's really like a small family operated, family run restaurant. There's really only four of us there. And when Paul comes in, it's five.
Okay.
And I
So
do
what?
have a girlfriend that comes in to help us sometimes on Saturdays when it's busy enough.
Oh, so what got? I'm assuming your dad really got you into the business, or found So that's how you found your passion. But what got both of you going on this journey, and especially working together?
Well, it was crazy because he sort of had his own thing in the city before he came back out here. He was bartending since the 70s. I had never done any restaurant work. And when I had my son Paul, which is 40 years ago, I got my first waitressing job. It's now the clam place. It used to be Coach Stop or Apple Tree or Four Doors Down. Or I started there with a lunch shift and one night shift, and then I just fell in love with it. So the restaurant is love or hate. There's no in between.
Yes.
And then we did this journey together. I was working with the people who owned the coach stop at the time. My dad was looking for a little extra, so we started working together. And then we just stayed together wherever we went. My husband likes to call us the premier management team of the East End. But
So you guys have been working together a long time now. So that means you guys have kind of figured out what lane each person needs to be in, or how do you make that work?
yes, well, he works more with the back of the house, with the kitchen. I like to do the front of the house, the advertising. This is my first podcast, by the way, ladies. So thank you.
Oh,
Um,
yay.
It's our first too. I mean, it may be our 89th or 500th episode, but it's the only podcast we've done.
Well, I've never been on one, so you're my first. And social media is so important now in the business world. You just have to be out there. You have to, and that's a little bit of our issue that we're working with. We have got a new website. Is people knowing we're there? Like, I have so many people come in and say, "Oh, how long have you been here?" I'm like, "Almost 13 years." Oh my God! But a lot of people stay to the other end of town too. So I'm hoping this will really put us on the map. You girls are very popular.
Well, and also you're across from the North Fork Art Center, right?
Yes,
Pretty
so
much.
that's been
Yes.
helping
So
us.
I'm
That's
sure
been
that's
helping
helped.
us a lot. So as far as Dad and I working together, we sort of have figured each other out, and it works good because what gets him really upset and over the top doesn't bother me, and vice versa. So we sort of equal each other out. Although of course there's always the once or twice a year fight with I'm quitting, etc. But that lasts a couple hours.
Wait, just once or twice a year?
Yeah.
Yes, I have to say we're very, very fortunate. We ride into work together, we ride home together, we work together all day. So
Wow.
I'm very lucky to be able to be with my family and do what I love.
Well, and I was going to say, if you've only got like 4 or 5 people working there, there's not a lot of days off in that type of a schedule.
No, no, we have Sundays. That's it. Everybody takes Sunday, and then we come back. It can be a little grueling, but like I said, we feel like we're more than just a restaurant there. We try to make our customers become our friends. We're involved in their lives. So it's really a labor of love and a passion that you can't fabricate.
So,
So,
and the space is quite large. So you do host events and you have space for large gatherings, right? So
Yes,
talk a little bit about what can people host there?
of course, people can host anything. Actually, tonight I have a wedding meet and greet. We're starting to really get into that now, but people can get the whole venue and they can do like tonight we're doing just like I call it food without forks, just going around with little light fare and drinking. So they'll have the whole venue for their 2 hours. We do birthday parties, anniversary parties. I've done chamber dinners there. I've done funerals, unfortunately, but it's a nice place to be able to bring everyone together.
so wait, go back. What is a wedding meet and greet?
This is new to me too. I'm the old school where you had a rehearsal dinner and I had a wedding. So before the wedding, people will invite, could be anywhere from 50 to 100 people to come in and sort of both sides get to know each other over some drinks and
Fun.
food. And then there's the wedding, but I'm not doing the wedding. I'm the meet and greet.
Yes. Okay. That's great.
So Tracy, you would like the menu because the first what called my name for you, Tracy, about the menu was the BYOB, which is build your own burger.
Oh, yes.
I know that that's calling your name.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
you build the own burger. That's our burger is three blends of meat: short rib, brisket, and chuck.
Oh,
And then you get it on a bun. It comes with French fry, which we have award-winning fries from Dan's Paper 2022. And then you put on your own toppings. We used to put everything on: lettuce, tomato, pickle, coleslaw, but it was not cost effective. People throw it out. So you tell us what you want on it. I have people who give me all the freebies to listen. I want meat and potato, and any way you want something's great. We like to say there's no no's at Front Street.
oh, that's nice because so many restaurants do say no substitutions, no changes. It's the chef's choice. So that's nice that you can have choices.
We do that. We do that. I had someone, want come in, wanted a tuna. Well done. Although not everyone's cup of tea,
Right.
we do whatever you want. We're there to make your experience fantastic. So it's not just dining out; it's a memory.
Well, I'll have to come in and try that burger. Like Sunita said, I am a burger connoisseur. I like to say I've tried every burger in Manhattan, but I have not tried every burger out here yet. So I'm working my way down the East End. So I'll have to come
Okay, well
by.
you come in. We'll be happy to have you.
Yes.
So also we do something that started during COVID. We have what we call, if you look in the front of our restaurant, it's a little odd sometimes. There's a clothing rack
Yeah.
and a table. We put out donations for the community. This started during COVID, and then people started bringing them to me, and now it's snowballed 5 years later. Anyone who has stuff they want to get rid of, usually they just dump it in the dump and it would lose its life. They bring it to us, and we put it out for the community free of charge. The clothing rack's always full. The table's full with everything from dishes, coffee makers, Christmas decorations, baby clothes, silverware, greeting
Yeah. In
cards,
fact,
and
Sunita and I passed it once,
I was,
and
I
I
was
didn't
wondering if you
know.
were going to bring that up.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was, and I have little an ice cube tray where the shape of the ice is fish, and I got it from your table. And I remember Sunita was like, "Just take it," and I was like, "Take it? It's what? That seems wrong."
yes. Someone took our signage down. It used to say the restaurant that gives back Front Street Station. So we're getting another sign. But anything that's out there, always take. Tell everyone you know to always take it, because we have so much stuff. You're not taking it away from anyone. And we keep it going every
What
day. It
about
stays.
what about bringing stuff? How do we bring you things to
You
give?
bring them to Front Street Station in the. I'm there every day. I said, noon till at least 8 o'clock. And if we're not there, just in the back of the restaurant, there's a rock garden. You just bring the stuff and leave it there at your convenience on the back table, and we take it and hang it up and set it out and market it for you.
That's great. Wait, I think your son is on here.
Yes, I
Yeah.
saw Paul.
Hi. Good
So
morning.
it's funny. I was talking at the top of the hour that Tracy and I had a rare chance to actually hang out together yesterday. And it was a hangout, but it was also working. But one of the conversations we talked about, and this is just public service announcement for those of you who don't know, like Sharon's talking about, there is a free cycle table in front of a restaurant. The South Hole town, where you go to the transfer station, has a reuse area in the back where if you don't want to throw reasonably decent, non-broken things out, you can go there and drop off things, and obviously also take things from there. But I love what you're doing, because in your case, it's literally there for people as they're walking. Like Tracy just said, she picked up something from there, and I dropped off things there before. I truly love that. That's a direct way to give back to the community and also help the planet instead of throwing everything in the landfill.
Right.
Yes.
Some of these things are so lovely, and they're such lovely things, and people don't have an appreciation. I get punch bowls and things like that, so they like people give them a new life. I got a whole bunch of polka records, and Lisa Zabrowski works with the Polish Hall. I called her down and she took all of those. So we like to just keep, give it a new life, keep it going. We're very wasteful society, and I like to just give back.
Well,
Yeah,
that's good
and
to
you have a coat
know.
rack, so just even in winter, like I've seen on the table socks and coats, and I mean, literally anything. People are probably thinking, oh, what can I donate? And it's really if you're downsizing your closet and you're, getting rid of things or just excess that you have in your home, that even food, I sometimes I see food out there
Yes,
too,
yes, food goes
because there are
there.
so many people that can use it.
Yes. And then things that we can't use right there that don't go, like I have a whole bunch of like networks. I have a lady who's a shut-in. She gets all the jigsaw puzzles. Any bedding and things that doesn't go within the first day, I pack that up and give it to the North Fork Animal Welfare League. So everything gets a spot somewhere or another. The nicer, bigger things, I'll put a Facebook post up, bicycles, things like that, and then people can private message me and they come pick it up. I've given people wheelchairs, walkers,
Well,
Christmas decorations.
that is like a whole job in itself that you're doing in your non-downtime.
Yes, yes. Sometimes I have more donations come in than customers, but it's a great cause. It's a worthy cause, and it really is a passion for us. We want to be just more, than a restaurant. People come and go in the restaurants. They close after the summer, get the summer money. We're there all year round for anybody who needs us. We give to all the benefits, all the activities. Many people, if they're hungry, have come to us. We'll feed people. So we're just, we're there to just make it more than a business.
So, and you said that you and your father were working at another restaurant before. So, how many generations has your family been here on the North Fork?
Oh, my family has been here back to my great grandfather.
Wow.
I grew up in Mattatuck, and my great grandfather, if you girls are familiar with the Octagon building on the corner of Love Lane, in
Oh
Mattatuck.
yes, of course. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Well, that my great grandfather had his tailor shop in there.
That's such a great spot. Such a great spot. I think that's where the orthodontist is that we have.
Yes,
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 that end. Yes,
yes. So I've been
Danielle.
here
Yeah,
forever. I live in the house that I grew up in.
Oh wow, that's nice.
Yes, in Mattatuck. And then my brother is here also. He's up more towards Bailey's Beach. He has a security company. So, we're kind of entrenched in the North Fork.
That's
I love it. So you've seen over the years so many different, not versions, but the gradual, and I guess since COVID, not so gradual
yeah,
changes
that's a
in
graduate.
this.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it was gradual in the 90s, Tracy. I
Yeah,
mean, I mean, you know.
It was. I mean, I remember growing up as a kid. I mean, once the deli closed, there was nothing till the next day. I remember when 7-Eleven went into Cutchogue and we were so excited. It's like, oh, we could go get something at midnight. It was, I've seen a
Wait,
lot of
don't they close
changes.
at 11?
No, no, they're open 24/7. So we were very
What?
excited about that, especially
Okay, somebody
in
explain
not
it to
a
me. I thought a 7-Eleven is 7 to 11.
I think it used to
no,
be, but it's a
no.
24/7 now. So I've seen a lot of changes, some of them positive, but once things start to change and more money comes, more restrictions come. I remember when it was much more liberal of snowmobiling and beach fires and things like that. But, a lot of good has come with it too. So it's
So
a give and take.
so you obviously were here pre-COVID and managed to survive the COVID years. So tell us what that was like having a restaurant in that time frame.
It was bad because we bought the restaurant, we rented at first, and we closed on buying the building and the property January 31st of 2020, and March 16th the whole country shut down. So we were quite in a tizzy. But what we did is, we're small. I think a lot of the places that didn't make it too had like managers and this and that. We worked it ourselves 7 days a week for 18 months. We kept people outside as long as we could. And we did try to I like to see the silver lining in everything. I'm just one of those people. So the silver lining in it was that we were able to do things. We refurbished the floor, we refurnished the bar area. So we didn't have to take any downtime because you don't want to, when can you close to do those kind of
Right.
things and not be behind the eight ball. So for us, that was the silver lining of it. We got to do improvements without really getting behind the eight ball.
Well, what on paper from the outside that sounds very sensible, but emotionally you just invested all this money in, so it's really
Right.
challenging to put that panic behind you and focus on the positive. So props to you for being able to do that and hold tight
Yes,
until
we
you
were
could get
it was a
past
little
it.
scary, especially, my dad is 80. I'm 60. So, we don't have too many, mess ups to do over. So we were panicked about it, but you know what? We just, day by day, and we just tried to take the silver lining of it. And here we are, the lights are still on and we're on year 13. So,
Well, congratulations on that. Before we go into our NOFO Life 5, just tell people, how do they learn about the classes for the summer camp?
oh, that's great. I put posters up all over town, but I'm really glad you brought that up because we didn't get a lot of private signups this year. We always allow camp kids in. They can just go to the Paul Drum Life Experience
Okay.
online, or you can just Google Paul Drum's name, or you can always just call me at the restaurant. I'd be happy to email you the list of programs. And next year, we're really going to work on marketing that so that we get everyone to sign up. We want as many people as we can because it's free and it's wonderful. It really, the kids love it. And well, we
Yeah.
love it a little more than the kids, but don't tell them.
I love that your son is hanging around with this conversation.
Yeah.
And for those who are on live, obviously can see some of his comments, but like kids do, even though he's an
I
adult
like
kid,
to
he's
pull
sharing a
her.
lot of information about you,
Oh, that's
including
wonderful,
that
I
this
think.
including that this is too early for you in the morning. And guess what, Paul? It's too early for us. This is why there's no face on.
Yes, yes, he knows that I'm not necessarily a morning person, but like I said, he's the spirit of the restaurant, and he's, when he comes in, it brightens it up. Paul knows everyone from 9 to 90, so
Oh, that's so cute. So
We can see that.
let's jump into our NoFo Live 5. So if you were going to take us out to a meal, um, beyond the obvious, where would you take us if you wanted to get away from work?
Well, this is going to sound crazy and it's a little old fashioned, but I'm kind of an old fashioned girl. I would take you to Modern Snack Bar in Aquabog.
Oh, my parents love that spot.
I
They
love
love
it
the
too.
mojitos and the soft shell crab is what they
Yes,
like.
and their lemon meringue pie has a height that I don't know how they get, but I've been going there since I was a kid. I was going there when they had the traditional waitress uniforms on and that kind of like, mustard color. And so for me, that's just like a comfort food spot and a feel good spot.
Yeah.
That restaurant has some die-hard fans. I mean, they've had people going for years and years, and they still, so yeah, that sounds fun. I love their sign up front, of course, because that's still
Yeah.
iconic.
Yes.
So, since you're not up in the morning, should we assume your sunset is your thing and not sunrise?
Well, I was going to tell you girls that the only way I like to see sunrise is if I haven't gone to bed yet. So yes, sunset is my thing. Yes, and a sunset I like to watch. I mean anywhere, but I like two beaches. There's Truman's Beach there on the way to Orient, and also the town beach in Southold.
Yeah.
The
One of
town
the
beach in
favorite.
Southold is really amazing and obviously popular because it's always crowded.
Yes, yes, I love it there. So
Yes.
Okay. Brewery, vineyard, cocktail, mocktail. First of all, do you serve at the restaurant?
yes,
Okay, so you have a
yes,
full bar.
we're a full bar. Yes.
Okay, so what would we see you enjoying and where?
Well, if I'm drinking, I'm not much of a drinker. I'm more a Coca-Cola person, as I'm sure my son will tell you in the comments. But I do like to have like this is kind of a crazy drink. It's a prosecco and Hawaiian punch with ice.
Okay.
Is
It's
it a
very
name? Is it called something?
no, I made
Yeah.
it up because I love sugar and I love
So
prosecco.
it's the
So
Sharon. So it's the Sharon Sailor.
The
yes, and I would have that in my yard with you girls. I'd have you girls in my yard with me because I have like a little yard sanctuary. We put out peanuts every day, so I have squirrels, I have bluebirds, I have red-headed woodpeckers, I have robins.
How have I not met you before in my life? Like I don't understand. Like we need to be friends immediately.
We do, and I have what I do too, which a lot of people. I have 4 or 5 Pyrex outside there, what I call my watering stations. I fill them every day with water so you can see birds, squirrels drinking out of it, birds doing their bathing thing, and so that's what I would do with the cocktail.
We're Tilly and I are coming. Tracy, if you want to stay home, you can, and we'll bring peanuts. And I mean, just the thought of sitting there. I don't know about the Hawaiian punch part. Oh, your son's adding you also like Coca Cola and cheese.
I told you that he would be
Who
telling
doesn't
you
like
about
cheese?
Coca-Cola. I don't even know how he's on this right now. He's supposed to be going. He has a 11:30 yoga appointment.
Well, he keeps saying he'll see you after yoga, so we know there's yoga involved. But because he loves his mama's here, and he wants to make sure he's sharing in this
He
experience
does,
with
and
her.
you know what? I didn't even tell him about this, so he just found it on his own. He's a very social media person.
Hey, we're looking for interns. Okay, so what farm stands do you like to hit up? And if you do get cheese around here, tell us which ones you get your cheese at.
I don't do cheese at the farm stands. I'm more of a basic like grocery store cheese. But my favorite farm stand that I've been patronizing all this year is the Truck Sell Peaches on the
Oh,
main
so
road
you
in
know what?
Jamesport.
I have been passing by there every day going, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to go in there. So because of you, I'm going to go in there right now.
Tell me where it is.
It's
It's
right
right.
near my house in Jamesport. It's on the main road, and you kind of drive like into the vines, like their little stand is by the vines. It's not far from like the center of town. It's just a little bit east from there.
What
Right.
was
If
it
you
called? What was the name?
Truck Sell,
Try
Yeah,
so. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
their peaches are the best peaches I've had in my entire life. You have to get
Done.
them.
I'm gonna do grilled peaches tonight, and I'll tell you all how they are.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. I'm looking forward to that.
Well, Sharon, it's obvious you're such a great part of our community, and you're doing so much for our community and all the different things that you're doing. But tell us why you love being a part of the North Fork.
Well, I love the North Fork because you know what? As much as sometimes it's annoying, when push comes to shove and there's a problem, you have friends that you didn't know you had. And I like to say that, separately, we're just all buildings. Together, we're a community. If something good happens, everyone is on your side. If something bad happens, people that you didn't even think knew you come out to support you. And I don't think you find that anywhere but out here.
Wow.
Well, thank you, Sharon. I mean, I just love your energy and your passion, and you just are so warm and inviting, and it even comes through on the screen. So
Oh,
I can't wait to stop in and experience that in person,
yes.
and meet your son. I mean, I mean, I've seen pictures of him and seen him in town, but we're gonna. So you said he's in after 5, so we should time it.
Right. Yes, he comes and goes. He has his shows and things to watch too. So, I'm last on his list. But I would love to see you girls. And thank you so much for having me on your podcast. And hopefully I can be on again in the future. But it was just a really fantastic experience.
Absolutely. It was lovely. Lovely. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Have a great weekend. See you next Friday.
You as well. Bye bye.
Bye.